I wanted to do a video today showing you how to find measures of center using StatCrunch. And there's a problem right here I have pulled up in MyMathLab where it wants you to find the mean, median, and the mode for a data set. It also wants you to find midrange, which you can't find that value directly from using StatCrunch, but you can use StatCrunch to kind of help you find this value. So we have our data set right here. Whenever you have a data set in MyMathLab, if you click this little blue box kind of on the side of your data set, you can actually open this data up into StatCrunch. And once you click that, it is a pop-up box that will pop up, but it'll put all of your data into a column just like this right here. Now, once you open your data into StatCrunch, you can actually go up here where it says statistics or stat at the very top, and then we want to do summary stats on our data. Now, since our data is in columns, we'll pick the columns option right here, but you could also pick rows if you had to copy and paste some data in and it went across. You could actually do rows as well, but we're going to do summary statistics along our columns. And now up here it wants us to pick the columns that we want to do our statistics on. We only have one column of data, so we're going to pick bar 1, but if you had multiple columns, you'd pick whichever ones you're looking for doing statistics on. And then down here where it says where and group by, you can leave these optional things alone. This just tells where you're going to put the data or the information once you calculate it, but we're just going to leave it as a pop-up whenever we get done. And then down here is the part where we pick which statistics we want to find. Now, by default, it has everything selected like all throughout this list right here, but we want to just find mean and median and mode for us. Now, mean right here, it's at the very top right here, so we'll pick it. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see median is like maybe 4 or 5 down from it. So if you click it, you'll see over here on the right side now that it just has median now. It don't have mean and median. So if you do want to select multiple measures of center or multiple statistics that you want to find, whenever you click the second one or the third one, you want to hold Control on your keyboard, or if you're on a Mac, Command key. But if you hold Control or Command and click the other one, I want to click median in this case, it'll actually show me now I'm finding mean and median. Now if you keep going down, there's some other things down through here like range, min and max, Q1, Q3. You may not know what these things are till you do a little bit more in descriptive statistics. But if you keep scrolling down to the very bottom, you'll see mode. We want to click it too, so I'll hold Control and then I'll click mode. And now I can see I'm going to find mean, median, and mode. And then the rest of this stuff is optional stuff, so I'll just leave it alone. And then go down here where it says compute at the very bottom. And once you hit compute, it shows you your mean and your median, as well as your mode right here. Now we do have multiple modes in this problem, so we won't be able to use StatCrunch to get it as easily as we thought. But we can sort our data a little bit using StatCrunch that way to help us find that mode a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my mean first. I'm going to round to 1 decimal place, so let's do 253.2 on this. And then next I want to put in my mode, or my median, I mean, which is 261. And then the mode is next. Now, I did say there are multiple modes for this problem. So what we can do here is actually use StatCrunch to sort our data. I'm going to go ahead and close this little pop-up window. I'm going to X off of it. And now what we can do here is sort our data to try to see what values repeat and which ones repeat the most. So if you click up here or hover up here at the very top of the column, you'll see like a little black drop down arrow. We want to sort our table, so we're going to sort ascending for me. And now we can look down through here and see which values repeat. Now I do see that 234 is one of the values that repeats. It repeats twice. And then let's see if there's any other values. 265 also repeats right there. And both of those repeat twice. They are the ones that repeat the most, and they both repeat twice. So they are both going to be the mode for this problem. So we're going to do 234 and 265. And then the last thing on this problem is talking about the mid-range. This is not a very popular measure of center at all, but it is covered in the textbook that I use for my class, just to kind of show there are different measures of center. But the measure of center mid-range basically takes the highest and lowest values and basically does an average of them. So using StatCrunch, you can actually sort your data right here and actually see the highest and the lowest values. And then what you want to do is average those two values. So I want to basically average 306 and 213. Now you can do that with like a little side calculator. It makes it pretty easy. But yeah, StatCrunch, when you sort it, it does help you see the largest and smallest values in your data set. And you can see here, I went ahead and just grabbed a scientific calculator from my computer, and I found that the mid-range would be 259.5 for this data set. So that's what I want to put in. You just take your highest and lowest values, average them, and you get 259.5 as your value. Okay, so that'll be what we put in for our mid-range. And then there's how you find measures of center. And then if you can answer some follow-up questions about the data, thinking about where the data comes from and stuff. That's something you can do on your own. But the rest of this just shows you how to find some descriptive statistics using StatCrunch. It makes it pretty easy in the Pearson product because it's built in.